I'm Lori Dupuy. I was a co-chair with Ira, but he had to leave the council. So now I'm a co-chair with no co-chair.
I think that
um,
just makes you a chair.
I think it makes me a chair. Just a chair. um, Lifelong Wakefield resident, except for a 10-year stint in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's my story. So somebody else take it away.
Yeah, I'll go ahead since I'm the new guy here. Pun intended. My name's Guy Zagami. Very nice to meet you all. Let's see. I moved to Wakefield in 2019. I live in the Greenwood neighborhood. It is me and my little family here, my wife and our 1-year-old daughter. It's too bad I wish B was joining because her name is Beatrice as well. I'm assuming B's name is Beatrice. So um, don't mean don't meet very many of them. Yeah. So been in Wakefield since 2019. Love to be involved in the arts any way possible. I consider myself a part-time musician, play music on the side. So any way to support the arts. I grew up in Arlington, Mass, so not too far away from here. So I still have a connection with the art community there as well. So yeah, it's a passion of mine. So when I saw this opportunity pop up, I definitely wanted to take it. So really happy to be a part of this council.
Oh,
So
that's
looking forward to meet
awesome.
you all. Yeah,
That's awesome, Guy. What instrument do you play?
I'm trained as a percussionist, so drum set, timpani, drums, so playing big orchestras and small jazz groups. Pretty versatile there, but I can play guitar, piano, other things as well. But yeah, so
Oh, that's
been playing my whole
awesome.
life. Yeah.
That's awesome. Great. Well, it's so great to meet you and welcome to our council. And Diana, you've got a friend there.
Yeah, this is JJ. He's a 16-year-old mini poodle and he's needy.
Oh, he's so cute. JJ. Oh, okay. Well, hello, JJ. Um,
Um, yeah, so my name's Diana, Diana Kennedy. I've been living in Wakefield since 2009, and I'm the treasurer here, which basically means I write a lot of spreadsheets. And yeah, I mean, I'm also a full-time voice actor.
Very cool. Well, I'll jump in. I am Lindsay. I'm new. I grew up in Melrose and I just moved to Wakefield in 2021. So I just thought I'd join the Arts Council, see what it's about, try to get involved with the community because I've never really done that before. And so I'm happy to be here and to learn and contribute. So,
that's awesome. Did you go to Melrose High School?
yep.
Okay. Did you have Mrs. I don't know whether she goes by Orchid or Burns for math?
It was Orchid, but I can't remember. I don't think if I
Maybe
did,
middle
it was,
school.
it would have been middle school.
Yeah.
I must have. I can't remember though.
Okay.
My
Okay.
subject.
She's a friend of mine. We
Nice.
introduced her to her husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. It's so great to meet you, Lindsay, and welcome to our little council. We have
Yeah.
such a nice group here. I should have said
Thanks for
that
having
earlier.
me.
Um, Marlene, do you want to say a few words?
Sure. I'm Arlene Feldwich. How come I'm not going into the middle like
Oh,
other people
I
did?
see you on the whole screen because you're
Yeah.
speaking.
Oh, all right, whatever. Anyway, I moved to Melrose. Yeah, Melrose. I moved to Wakefield about not quite 4 years ago because my daughter lives here and I wanted to be close to her and my grandson. I consider myself a storyteller. I'm very funny, though these last few months have been kind of hard, so I haven't felt like telling stories or being funny. Um, I'm semi-retired or fully retired, hard to say. And I'm very involved in a lot of things here in Wakefield, Safe Streets Wakefield, um, Friends of the BB, a number of things. I jumped right in and some sustainability initiatives. Okay, done.
Awesome.
Um,
Um,
Jessica.
I will go.
yes.
I'm Jess Sudich. I'm also I'm doing secretary stuff, so I will be typing minutes as I do this. So if it looks like I'm distracted or not listening to you, it is not that. I am typing and listening so hard. I've been in Wakefield in the Greenwood area as well for about a year, a little over a year now. I've got a 3-year-old. My wife and I, we used to do some performance. Now we do a very little bit of performance. We've got comedy background and storytelling background. And I don't know, by day I write for video games, and that's pretty much it. That's what I do. Yeah. I've got 3-year-old running around upstairs and 2 cats in the background. You might hear any of them at any point in time.
Okay, well, that sounds great. You guys might hear some Frenchie snores from my side here. Okay, so wait, is that everybody? Jess, Guy?
I think it is.
Okay, so let's jump in then. Jess, last time we met, which was on August 28th.
Yep.
On that night, did you send the town the minutes that right when we finished?
Yeah, I did, but it doesn't work that way, I guess.
Oh.
Even though we voted on it in the moment, Sherry Dalton said that we needed to do it in this meeting.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we have enough people who were there, because how many people do we need to have to be able to pass the vote? Is it 4 or is it?
Oh, this is gonna be tricky, because what was our council like membership at that point, because Ira would have been considered still in it.
Well, let me just open the minutes up and then I can let you know. So Diana, you, Lori, Marlene, and I were all there.
Okay.
So
Back then,
if
4
4
would have been considered a
people,
quorum.
does 4 people work or no?
Back then, 4 would have been considered a quorum, so I think we're okay.
Okay, so let's try. So I can make a motion to approve the minutes from the August meeting.
I second it.
Okay, Lori seconds. And then does everybody
Yep.
let's see. So we'll do people who were just there. So Marlene?
Yep.
Lori? Diana?
Aye.
And Jess, yes, I do. So I will then say approved, and I will submit those to Sherry again.
Okay, that's awesome.
Hopefully
and it was a simple one, because we did the agenda was just Ira's news, Ira's news, next steps, and any other business. So there was only like, okay.
It was very simple.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's it. So okay, we're doing good for time. Let's jump right in then. Oh, Diana, you wanted us to vote on something that had to do with the finance world, right? No, I thought there was something we had to agree on or something.
Did we have to make a motion or do anything for the our goals or our, because I know we did that in the last meeting.
Yeah, we did that in the last meeting, because those were
that's
due.
the only thing I can think of, but
Okay.
I think that was already approved.
Yeah, they were already approved. They were the year before, so we're fine.
Yep.
Yeah. And we had, but we're coming up, we'll probably have to do another like outreach to the community, and just like do like a little, what does the community want from the Arts Council? I'm so thirsty. That's just mineral water. Okay. I'm not jugging wine there.
I'll admit I had a glass earlier, but I'm done.
Okay, so I don't know why I thought there was some outstanding thing, but I guess not. So I took a quick look at the tracker that you sent, that you made an Excel spreadsheet of the 30.
Yep.
And is it my understanding that there's 13,500 to give out this year?
Yeah, it's the same as last year.
Okay. So
I mean, we still have money left over because not everybody has applied yet, which is concerning because it's getting a little late. But then again, I haven't checked the email in a couple weeks, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there's some in the I haven't checked it since I think I asked Sherry for this Zoom. So there might be some, and especially where people are tying up their end of year, that there probably is some reimbursement paperwork waiting in the box.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, as I said, I haven't been feeling that great this week, so I'll check up as soon as
Okay,
I
and
feel a
I
little
didn't
better.
look at it that closely. How many are we talking about that didn't put in their paperwork?
Hold on. No, not that one.
And you guys, just for reference, the people that got grants last year, they have until the date in January of 2024 that they were alerted that they got money in 2023. So like, I think it was like January 18th or something that most of them got
Something
a
around there,
letter.
yeah.
So they have till January 18th of 2024. And if they don't send their paperwork in, then they don't get the grant that they were given.
So
Okay.
right now it's 7.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot. And then there's also some issues with a partial for the Human Rights.
Oh, the
Commission.
partial, yeah. Human Rights Commission.
Yeah, I wish we didn't do partials, but it's not my call.
Okay.
Were any of the ones who haven't filed their paperwork applications for this round as well?
That's a great question, Lindsay.
wondering.
You're
It
asking
is.
really good questions. Are you looking that up, Diana, to see if
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. The only one that I see, actually 2, Delvina Theater and Wakefield High School Theater Arts.
And Delvena asked for 2 grants this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to make a note. I'm going to sort through the Outlook web access box for Arts Council and just make sure that Delvena didn't send us anything either recently or not recently. And who was the other one that hasn't put it in yet?
Wakefield
applied
High
this year
School
again?
Theater Arts.
Okay.
They were late last year too, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. George Carvanos, I think. Carvos, I forget. All right, let's dive in. I'm not sure how you want to do this, but last year we were very successful, I feel like, in gelling together on what we wanted to do with the 13,500. And I think how we started last year was we sort of like took the temperature of, by starting out and saying, is there any ones that you say no to?
That's what we
And
did.
then,
Yeah.
okay, so let's do that. Let's go through that first. Who wants to start?
I'll
Go
start.
ahead.
Okay. And I have a few maybes, but these are my hard no's.
Okay.
Should I say why I'm doing it or?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
tend to keep a
The
couple of
first one,
notes.
Living Through Revolution. That's a no. I don't feel like it's Wakefield specific. I mean, he wrote this thing about, what they do, but this could be the other side of the moon. It's not necessarily us. Drake at Arts. That really is Drake it. And yes, and I have a number of them that I sort of coined this acronym, CWN, casts a wide net. They've applied to like 15, 20 different local councils. It's like, well, hell, if you fund me, I will do it here and I'll call it the Wakefield, whatever. Yeah. Hell, if you fund me, I'll be the Bill Ricca. That bothers me. So
Yeah.
I gave that one a no. I have a couple of maybes, but we'll do no's first. Maybe they're similar. Okay. I don't think it really fits. If that's the guy that does this.
Oh yeah.
Sort of smarmy. It sounds a little bit smarmy, like if I could do it, head brain injury, anybody can. It doesn't feel like art. It doesn't feel like what we're really about.
Okay.
Afternoon of Brass, number 3. Again, similar comment, not Wakefield specific. It's,
I also, as I understood it for that one of the notes was that if we award him a grant, the town will get discount tickets to the show. And I thought that seemed a little bit
Yeah.
gray.
How did they gonna track that or
Yeah, the
sell the
whole thing.
tickets through the town?
And
Yeah.
it just kind of seemed like I don't know. I felt like he was wheeling and dealing.
That's
Can
sort
you
of how I
repeat
felt
which one
also.
this
And
is, please?
my final hard no was
Sorry, can
live
we go
music
back? Can
making
we to the
history
last one
live.
so that I can put the note in?
I felt that was too vague. They didn't
What's
have a
that?
date. They didn't really have a venue. It was just vague, you know, not a lot of money, but vague. Anyway, those are my hard no's.
I missed the last two and I'm putting in notes, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
me
Oh.
too. I missed the last one, but go ahead, Marlene. Can you do the last two again?
The last two, okay. Oh, Afternoon of Brass number 3 was a
Mhm.
hard no on my end.
Okay.
And then Jess talked about why it bothered her. And then my last hard no was live music making history live. I just felt it was too vague. He didn't have a date. He didn't have a venue. Again, you fund me, I can be there and I can make this my venue. It just felt vague, you know? Those were my
Yep.
hard no's.
Okay. Thank you, Marlene. I also had a no on the Drake It one.
Mhm.
Let's see. I had a mixed, so I'm gonna say it's a no on the Scott Maloney brain injury one also.
Okay.
I had a mixed on the brass music. My notes here say because it's in Worcester and Boston, we're gonna be the
Yep.
venues. Oh, the Moosery, was that one of your no's?
What is
It
that
was
one? Oh,
That was a maybe on mine. I put a
okay.
I put that as
but
a
it's not
maybe because
it's not Wakefield specific. It also felt very open-ended. So I
yeah,
put
then I
that as a
didn't know who that
maybe.
served.
Yeah.
I had a no on the music history one,
Okay, so that's the same thing.
and I had a no on the comedy one, that they said maybe we were gonna reach out to the library and have it there.
Yeah, were those your no's?
Yep, those are my no's.
I am pretty aligned. I had a no on Living Through Revolution because I felt like it was more historical society stuff than arts.
Yep.
Drake It, I also they even mentioned that they were told to apply it to everyone within a 45-minute radius of where they were doing the thing, and I just felt like it wasn't. They don't even Drake It doesn't really feel like a sister town even. It's not like
Melrose or Stoneham or
yeah.
Reading.
I had a no on the 1970s cultural music review because I felt like it seemed questionable as to whether it was necessary for us to all watch a movie about the 70s, but I'm willing to hear people. I'm willing to hear people out on that. It might be that might be my own personal thing. I mean, my parents are from that time, so it's hard for me to do it all over again. I felt like he wanted to just promote his book. And it wasn't really a big ad to Wakefield. Same with the Afternoon of Brass. I felt the same as everybody. John Waterman, Living Making Music. I also felt the same way. And Nick say, that comedy thing. I said a no on that with it, keeping in mind that if he does get the library to say yes to him doing this class, the library will pay him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think out of Friends of the BB Library, it depends on what kind of class, because I was talking to them about offering a class, and they do a certain amount of, like, you submit an invoice to them, and they would, I mean, $250 is within the realm of possibility. So I just didn't know that he needed, if that's who he's talking to, I didn't know that he needed the money from the Arts Council. But I've not lived in Wakefield as long as some of you, so it's nothing against comedy. It was more that I felt like his money would come from them.
Yeah. My question with that was that there wasn't so nailed down. Marlene, you're on that council, right? The Friends of Lucius Beebe Memorial Library or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called.
it wouldn't be, I mean, the money would in part come from the Friends of the Library, but I think that I think the library, like I was told to invoice the library, like because they
Yeah,
were
I think
yeah.
my sense is from being on the Friends, and I was involved with the newsletter and I do the book sale. So I'm not involved, but my understanding is the money we raise, we give to the library. They then spend it.
Okay.
So it might very well be that the library spends it, on programs. I'm not sure. I'm not involved in that. I'm not sure that they, what
They
they
offer
fund, how much they fund. But this
Yeah.
is such a small amount of money. I thought,
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's
Right.
the thing. Like I didn't want I
Yeah.
didn't want to be, and I I almost would prefer it if he had like applied to do some kind of comedy show, but it really is a history
It
review.
isn't.
And
Right.
I just because I've talked to them about doing a class on like video game stuff, and I've talked to them about doing a class on storytelling stuff, to be completely transparent, and they 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 would they offer the class for free, but they do reimburse the instructors to some extent. So so it was more of a financial like fine point.
Okay. So it's not, I mean, if we don't fund this, it's not like he doesn't have any other avenue. He has
There's
other
other
avenues
avenues.
that are, so I like
Yeah.
that. I hate to just say no, because we do have these parameters that we have to follow, but I prefer to say no, but there's some other avenues that these people can look at, can
Do you,
look to. So
in the reply letters to the applicants, do you say, no, it's not right for this council, but here are some other ideas for where you can apply or how it can
I
go?
don't
Not-
think we do that.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
And that might get to be very time consuming.
Yeah.
I think we leave it open-ended that people can get back to us if they've got questions, if they were turned down. And I
Yeah.
think that would be a far better way on a one-on-one basis if somebody calls and says, gee, can you give me some feedback on why I did not get funded? Then I think we can come
Yeah.
forward with things.
And I feel for this that if there's money left over, for example, the John Waterman thing as well, it's not that they're asking for so much. I think I personally prioritized places that already had something planned, and
Yes.
they like knew where the thing was going to be,
Yep.
and they knew what it was going to be. If there's money left over at the end and we feel like there's a niche that we haven't filled from an arts opportunity for Wakefield, I'm definitely not against music and comedy, but
Of course. Yeah, of
but I
course.
feel like
Yeah.
I was sort of prioritizing the things that I felt fairly certain would happen.
Yeah.
Now-
and I always feel, I mean, there's a number of repeats that I remember from last year. But if it's a school program, if it's partially funded by PTO, if it's something that I recognize now, yes, the Woodville does this, yes, this, I'm much more inclined to just say, yes, fund it,
Yeah.
and not split hairs. Though I do have a question about the 3 that the Dole Bear submitted. Should I ask it now?
Let's
all
let's do the
all right.
notes first, and then we can clean it up a little. Does
Okay.
anybody else on this call have a no that isn't on the no list yet?
So I had a question about one. Would be interested if Marlene, you are leaning this way as well for Dole Bear. More so, I'm having a hard time deciding about the Dole Bear's Experience Industrial Revolution. Where, is this a similar case where this is something that involves history and not very focused on the art? But I'm just opening the discussion of how others feel about that one.
I think it's the Songus museum that they're going to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think, isn't there something like quilts or
Yeah,
something?
there's art stuff in it.
Got it.
So am I stretching that? Maybe I am.
Well,
But
but
I
here's the
ended
They
up-
problem.
do have a quilt
While we
museum.
opened the door on the Dole Bear did this all already in November. These have all happened.
Well,
The dates they gave us were November dates, and it looks like what they're seeking with the grant money is, because in each instance they say the PTO will support this program. It's looking like they're looking to recoup those funds for the PTO, because everything
That's how
happened
I
in
read it.
November already. That's how I read it.
Well, but they applied last, I guess I don't entirely understand the school year, like, because they applied last year for a program, or like it was one thing. What I did, to be transparent, is I looked at what we gave them last year and I kind of split it across 3 programs.
I mean, I feel like we're
Um,
stuck. And I don't know, Diane, you have more experience with the financial end. If somebody's already done something and they say the PTO will support it, but then they're applying for grants, my sense
We've
says
done
they're
it
looking
both
to recoup the
ways.
funds. And is that all right to do?
We've done it both ways. Last year, we said it was okay. The year before, we said it wasn't.
I thought we had said it was okay last year, which is
Yeah.
why I opened the question. All right.
yeah, I don't really understand the financial side of it. I think in general,
I'll be honest, I
um,
don't understand it that much better than you guys.
in general, what I did was for each of the PTOs, I looked at what we gave them the previous year, and I just tried to keep it about at the same, because in some ways what they're doing are similar programs.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like Dolbear did expand, so I don't know if they have like a new plan or a new person who's doing the stuff, but it seemed to me like, in fairness to each PTO, that if they got about as much grant money as they did the previous year, that they would be able to make up for it in the same way.
But I don't think that wasn't my issue as much, just as the fact that they've already done the programs. The programs
Yeah,
all
but I
so
don't know what to do about that side. Like, that's the kind of thing that,
so it feels a little bit disingenuous to me. Do the programs, it makes it harder for us to turn them down, I think. Do the programs and the PTO will support it. But wouldn't it be nice if we applied for the money and refilled the PTO coffers so they can do a similar thing next year? I don't know that I feel good about, okay, go ahead, do it, and now come to us looking for money to quote unquote reimburse the PTOs who spent their money to do it. That's how I read their 3 grants. They all seemed the same financially that way. It wasn't even that they got this amount of money. It was,
yeah.
okay, well, we've done these programs. PTO supported it. Now here's what we're applying for. So what are they applying for if they've done it and the PTO supported it? They're applying to refill the PTO coffers.
I guess
Maybe
I
I'm
don't
wrong, but that's sort of the way
I
it
guess
reads.
I guess I don't imagine the PTO coffers to be so great.
Oh, they're
And
not.
I don't I don't really I don't really know. I mean, I don't know. I did not read as deeply into it, I'll admit. I think that it's more just like I don't really know what it means that they've done it. So I think it sounds like what we need is a more solid rule.
Yep.
And whatever we do this time, we just have to make sure that we do the same thing
Right.
each
And,
time.
and since we did it last year, it feels a little bit, and I'm not sure if we did it with the dole bill last year. I mean, the 3 amounts add up to about $2,500, which is reasonable for 3 programs for an entire school. I think that's reasonable if you add all 3 together, you know?
Can I walk back a little bit? There have been some concerns about programs that have had a historical bent. The reason that we are called the Wakefield Arts Council, we changed our name 2 years ago. We were originally the Wakefield Cultural Council, but there's also the the Albion Cultural Exchange, and we were getting
Oh,
confused with them. So we changed our name to the Arts Council, but we are sponsored by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, which does
right.
include some history in it.
Yes.
So I wouldn't necessarily use that as a reason to exclude something necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I think all three programs are fine by me, and they all seem about right for kids. And I just divided. I Last year we gave them $700, I think, or awarded them, or that's what seemed to be on the website. I don't know if that is so. I kind of I wouldn't say award them all of every program, but do we do partial, like, do we give them some of what they've asked for, but not all of what they've asked for?
Can I make a suggestion? maybe we can table this because we have 13,000 something
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
spend.
and I think,
We can
yeah,
figure,
let's
and
stay
we
the
can
course.
deal with the absolute yeses,
Let's
the
get
people
our
that we want
nose
to
out.
fund fully and see what's left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do we just for going forward, do we give part of what people ask for?
Yeah, we can give
have done,
partials.
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why there's a percentage column in the thing, because
S-
sometimes
some-
it's 50%, sometimes it's
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll fund something totally, and sometimes even there's notes that say we can't do this if we don't get the full funding.
Right.
So that would have to
Yeah.
be taken into account. And sometimes we're gonna split hairs, if you will, and say like we'll give, you know, we've done percentages before and given out weird amounts because they're percentages of what their
I think
ask was.
for one of them, it was like 73.25%
Right.
Yeah, it was some,
because we had
like
like a little like extra money left over. It's like, just give them the rest.
yeah, it was like 87.50. Like, why are they, you know, that
Yeah.
wasn't what it was, but like, what, like, how did they come to this number? But anyway, all right, so let's do our no's for sure. Does anybody else have any other no's that they, or even like a think about no, want to talk about no, that we haven't already talked about?
I have some maybes, but maybe
But okay, let's stick with the absolute no's. Let's like, let's get rid of things first, and then we'll buckle down to maybes.
I had a
Okay.
few no's, but maybe they could be resolved with a couple questions. So
Okay.
did someone say I think it was about number 18 on the list. It was the I Am Autistic, I Am Fantastic, the musical.
Oh yeah.
I just wondering, it looked like I think they were previously funded.
Yes, they were.
And then I wasn't quite sure what the audience was. I think it's going to happen at the senior center, but they were kind of saying it was going to be way more people invited and involved. So I wasn't sure for those reasons about that one. It's
Yeah,
not a
I
lot of
think
money again, but there's a lot.
we have funded that at least two or 3 years
Right.
past. Very popular. And it is families also of the elders
Right.
that the target audience is. So the target audience becomes other you know, other age cohorts, I guess.
And that's why it's at the Dutton Center, not
it's at the
the
Dutton
senior
Center in Greenwood. Yeah,
because it's families.
and
is
as I
it
said, it's
just
been
reaching like the
funded.
same people every year though? Is it?
I
Yes.
think some of these elders, you know, probably move on to other pastures.
I think that people really like those programs, and so yes,
Yeah.
they keep
They
applying.
love
and
them. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
popular.
Very
Yeah.
very popular.
Yeah.
In general, for some of these, I didn't rock the boat too much because I feel like some of the things sounded like they were going strong and going on.
Okay.
Yeah. I would not vote to put that on the no.
Okay. Another questionable no for me was it was very small. It was only 155 for the Arts Collaborative of Wakefield Artists Registry.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure funding their website was really in line with our priorities.
Yeah, it is a town benefit to the town. We've funded it before.
And Joy has done it for years. I
yeah.
think we just sort of fund it.
Yeah, we just sort of fund it. It's one. It's
so small.
It's worthy for the for the arts community. I think it's a worthy. I wouldn't vote
for
no
$150.
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we already said no to the Afternoon of Brass. Somebody else said that.
Yeah, I didn't like that one because of the venues. Just
Yeah.
'cause Worcester and Boston.
Yeah, not directly benefit Wakefield residents
Right.
was my note. Does not take place in Wakefield. And then what was live music making history live? Did someone say that one?
Yep.
That's on the
That was
no
me.
date,
I
no
said a no to
location.
that one.
Audience was kind of vague. And then
Not
Yeah.
Wakefield specific on that one.
yeah. Okay,
Vague.
that was my list.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's double down here and vote on no's. Did everybody do their input on no's? Does anybody want to see anything else on the no vote?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
so
sorry, I cut
let's-
out before my internet dropped, but if that happens again, I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. Let me pull up my list here. And see what it is. did somebody put the Revolutionary War reenactment on the no list? Is that
More
right?
of us, yes, a couple of us did. I did, and somebody else didn't.
Okay. You know, when somebody said that it's historical rather than artsy, I actually had this on my yes list. So I'm like all over the place on this one, but let's vote on it. Who wants it off? Who wants it on the no list?
Which thing?
The very first
The
one, the
first one.
Revolution
The
one.
King's Own Fourth Regiment of Foot.
Yeah, it looked wicked cool, didn't it?
But it didn't seem
They-
Wakefield specific. It seemed like they could
Yeah,
do
they
it
were gonna do
anywhere.
it on
That was
They're
Wakefield
my
doing it
problem
in
with it.
Wakefield.
Yeah.
It wasn't for us. It was for whoever wanted to do it, and it was talked about in very general terms.
Okay.
I think
It
they
was
didn't
not
set a
because-
date.
They
I
didn't have a
I wrote
date.
I'm not sure what their and if they had any other sponsors. I don't know. We learned so much about the American Revolution in school, so I thought it was. I mean, it would be cool to see the reenactors, and I guess it was the British encampment. But I don't know if it's sort of like going to like Plymouth Rock and just being like immersed in what it was like. But I don't know if it's really
It's just
I went to
as
Plymouth.
educational.
I went to Plymouth for Thanksgiving. It's just a rock.
Oh yeah, that one's not that good.
Lindsay,
Um,
what bothers me about that one again is coming back to it's not Wakefield specific.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
could be doing this in any one of 50 towns. I think
Yeah.
they even had some verbiage in which they say that. So that's what bothered me. Not that it's not cool, not the historical nature. It just isn't us.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if the community benefits from seeing something different, I'm not against it. And
Right.
I mean, I met through the storytelling show, I met a woman who does historical reenactments of battles, and I mean, it's a very specific community that wants to camp in shoes from another era in all kinds of weather.
Yeah.
Which I'm not like a hard no. It just didn't seem I didn't feel as like it didn't seem like it seemed. I mean, you make a good point, I guess, in that we are for like culture and all kinds of enrichment. It's something that isn't really here. So I'm not, I'm not like hard no, but it was on my no list when I read about it.
Yeah. I mean, if it became a yes, it would not break my heart. I'm not, but I put it on my no list.
It would be
All right,
nice if it
let's,
was like if they were like specifically highlighting some kind of diverse something,
Right.
like a group. But that's just me. That's my DEI initiative. But
Yeah.
but it's
Well, that's part of the MCC's
yeah.
The priorities. So let's pick the low-hanging fruit. Let's leave it for now, and we'll move on and we'll just purge the definite no's, because it sounds
Yeah.
like we still have some some work to do on that one. So let's move down to the next no we had was the Drake-It thing. Are we all who wants to rep for them, or is everybody down with them going and getting, okay, they can get some grants other places and good luck and best of luck, but we won't move forward with that.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody's good with that?
Mhm.
All right, Diana, can you cross them off?
Already did.
Yes, okay, we're moving on. The next no was going to be, I think, was going to be the brain injury one. Does anyone want to rep for that?
Nope. I want
We'll put that on the no list, and I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for them to collect grants and other things. The next one was the brass music in Worcester and Boston. Does anybody want to rep for that, or should we put it on the no list?
No list.
Okay. And then the next one is Oh, what about that Musery, the one that lends out the instruments? I mean, I like the fact that it lends out the instruments because I think the children, all the children should have the ability to, you know, learn how to play the trumpet, etc. But yeah, it's not
You
really
can
Wakefield.
Who can get them? Like, is it something that you can, like, if you are trying to be in band in Wakefield, that you can get an instrument from the Musery?
It wasn't clear, Jess.
Yeah,
That's
I,
the thing.
yeah,
I agree.
that one, I didn't
That's,
put a
yeah.
no on it because I'm for free instruments for kids.
Yeah.
Can't otherwise get them, but I couldn't quite tell who could access it.
Right.
Unfortunately, in that case, it's a matter of they could have written the application better and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
maybe be a bit more clear next time.
Does anybody feel the need to argue to keep it on the list? Okay, so I think Diana will take it off then.
Okay.
It's only $500, but
Right.
Hey,
Um,
I mean, we know we're not made of money, unfortunately.
right. All right. So then we have the two with the 29 and 30, which were the music history one and then the comedy one that they talked about maybe getting in the library. It's very small money. It's $550 total. Does anyone want to rep for either one of those, or should we take, or should I should take them independently and give everybody its due? What about the one about the music history? Does anybody want to keep that on, argue to keep that on? Okay, so Diana, you can cross that off. What about the comedy history thing? Does anybody want to argue to keep that on?
Not really.
Okay, so we can take that off too.
Okay.
All right, how many do we have off now?
Lori, did we do the Afternoon of Brass? We took that off?
Yeah, we took
Yep.
that off.
Oh, okay.
Did someone else say no to the Me Decade, the 1970s
I
one?
had that as a maybe.
It's a maybe.
Yeah, I had it as a no, but I think I was the only one who said
Oh, I thought I didn't repeat that one. That was a no for me before because I don't think they had a location or date confirmed, and I
No.
wasn't sure about who the audience was. But we
I
can
don't-
discuss as a maybe group.
Can somebody tell me the number of that one?
12, I think.
12?
No, it's
I thought-
11. 11.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh, I had a
Yep.
comment on that. Didn't we not fund that last year?
Yep, we did not fund it last year.
Okay.
I remember his name, yeah.
Yeah. I forget. Well,
double
I
check.
think maybe because same reasons. Didn't have a venue, didn't have a date. It was all sort of open-ended.
And I feel like if you want to sit down and watch a movie about the 70s, it exists.
You can go to
Like, I
Netflix
don't-
or Prime
I-
Video or any of those.
I feel snitty to say that, but it didn't feel kind of like
Right.
it feels like there's copious amounts of that's accessible to people already.
No, last
Um,
year was 1960s history told through Beatles music was Francis Hart.
Yeah, I
Oh.
forget why we turned it down last year also.
Yeah.
For similar reasons, I think.
Hold on. They didn't have a venue secured. Is
Yeah,
my
it
note.
was very
It's vague. He's got a proposal, but
somebody
He
should
said
get
anything
with this guy and teach him how to be more definite in his proposals, and maybe he'd get money.
There were a few proposals that it's not like they have a bad idea of a thing, but it wasn't it really is like here's something that could be nice in Wakefield if it happens.
To
And
let you know
yeah.
also, Patrick Smith, Afternoon of Brass, we turned it down last year too.
Yep.
Well, at least we're consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Drake it.
Oh, so don't give us all the answers.
But some of these they apply to 7 or 8 or 10 or 12
Yeah.
local councils. So if they get funded by 1 or 2, I mean, it would be
So-
very interesting to know if anybody funded any of these last
Also,
year.
just to keep in mind, we have $13,150, I think it is, and then we've had $22,000, just under $22,000 of applications. So we're gonna.
Oh, thank you. That's a good data point. Thank you.
Yeah.
oh, it wasn't
it-
27,000 as the total.
I put everything in and I added it up, so I got
How much did you say it was, Diana?
21,981.
All right, what if we just very quickly subtracted our definite no's and see where that puts us?
Give me a minute on that.
I think that'll bring us down to
Math,
maybe
math, math, math,
Where's
math,
my dang
math.
calculator? Okay.
maybe it'll bring
I
us down
mean,
to like
I could
17.
do it by hand, but I really don't want
Do
to.
I can
I
open
have
the one on
around
my phone.
23,000.
Yeah, I've got it here on my computer. That's not
All
a big
right,
deal.
I'll
Yeah.
grab another mineral water.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the ones that we have said no to so far are like 600 or lower. So it didn't really move the dial too much, except for the Drink It one, which was 1,000. So I'm at
And
around
Living Through
23,000.
Revolution was 1,000.
That was, yeah, but that was a maybe, I think Lori
No,
mentioned.
that's a no. And I thought
No, we
Living
have
Through
not crossed
Revolution
that
was a
one
We
out
no.
haven't
yet.
crossed that one
Yeah,
off
it's
yet.
still a maybe.
It's still a maybe?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh well. Yeah,
Hey,
it's not
give me a little
big bucks that
time.
we're
We
turning
might
down.
still have it. No.
On the spreadsheet, I think the Firebird Pops asked for 2,000.
Did they?
Yep. That's what I had as well.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just checking. I had a couple written down wrong in my spreadsheet.
Wait, the Firebird Pops is still on, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I may have put in the wrong amount when I put it in the spreadsheet is the question.
Oh.
Hold on. I've still got it up. Oh, okay. It expired. I have to log in again.
Yeah, it asked for 2,000.
Bad then.
I got about 23,000 left
Same.
of requests. Also, just a time watch. We're coming up on 8.
Oh, shoot. Thank you, Jess. Wow, it's going by so fast.
This sort of thing is really it's the discussions. The discussions are hard.
Yeah. Once we get this data point, I think it'll move a little quicker because once we get rid of the no's, we can sort of assess the importance of the remaining, the priorities of the remaining
Well,
ones.
do we do definite yes all?
Well, I was going to go
next?
to that. Like, who feels
Yes,
like
you're
super
right. That was
strongly?
2,000. That was my mistake.
Yeah, like some of it was just like, I mean, I can go through if that's, sorry, Diana, I know you're in the middle of calculations. I don't want to leave you behind while you're searching for something else.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing a couple things at once.
Well, if just to go back to one of the no's, did the King's Own Regiment one? I didn't see anything about having a town approval for doing any of this. They probably should. I feel like they should have that set as well.
We don't even know how that works. Like that. I
They're gonna be having like campfires out there.
Yeah,
I don't think they'd allow that.
No, I feel like,
I'd vote for no just for not having everything in order already.
Okay.
I don't know.
Or not
I
being
think
explicit about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I doubt there can be open flames on the Upper Common.
No.
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
I doubt there would be open flames.
I mean, we can't even get food trucks at the Sorry, I don't want to start a town war accidentally in I trailed up on that one because I don't want to find myself on Facebook community page. But yeah, I mean, I would leave them to the end and just see what we've got left.
That's a great idea. That's a
Yeah,
great idea
let's
because
do
it
that.
seems like a
Yeah.
it seems like high hanging fruit. This one.
Yeah. And if there's money at the end, then Wakefield can get a Revolutionary War reenactment. I mean,
Bunch of red
we're there.
coats.
We're there. Yeah, with the British. Yeah. Are we a town where there was a battle?
No,
Wakefield
think
wasn't
so.
even
Like-
a town yet.
we weren't
Yeah.
a town
It
yet.
wasn't a
Oh, that's
town
right.
yet.
It was like South Reading or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't we still part of Reading? Yeah.
Yep.
Either that or Salem, even maybe.
Okay. All right. I
Or
just
Lynn,
double
excuse me.
checked it. It
Okay.
was other than that 1,000, that was correct. So what did I have? I'm like, so 19,831. I'm looking at.
So 19,008 in requests with
Mhm.
$13,000 to distribute. Is that correct?
Yeah, 13,500.
So we still 6,000 over what we.
Yeah,
If-
and technically it's 13,150 because we set aside $350 for administrative.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So we really have to get rid of $6,000 worth of the remainder of these. We
Right.
give partials. That's a lot.
Do you
That is a
ever
lot.
do a second tier, like, hey, we're still processing funds from this year? You might
We either
be
decide to give them
funded.
everything, nothing, or partial, but we don't
Mm.
keep them waiting.
Yeah, okay.
I do like that idea, Lindsay, where it's somewhere it's first and second tier, where first tier are this group's definite yeses. And then after all the definite yeses, there's a pool of funds that are distributed partially among the maybes or what we discussed through
That's
after
what
the
we're doing,
definites.
Guy, not what
Yeah.
we're saying to the public, right?
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
We're doing this. We're not saying
Yes,
to
right.
the applicants,
that's
well,
yeah, that's the process.
this is
Yeah,
part
that's
of
the
our internal process. Is that what you're proposing?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I
it's-
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like Lindsay's idea of a first tier, second tier, and the first tier is
Yeah.
defined as our definite yeses.
Yeah, I mean that last year that worked out pretty well. Like there
Yeah.
were a number of people that we were definite yeses on. We funded them fully, and then
Yep.
the ones that we were not so sure on, we did partials to figure out what the rest of
Right.
to make it fit with the rest of it.
Yeah.
But if like the 7 people who haven't submitted their receipts that are due in January, if there's an extra $1,000 that just doesn't get spent, does that go back into
Usually-
right now we're like, oh hey, actually, we can fund $1,000 for your concert because we got money returned.
So what we did last year, which ended up becoming a little bit of a mess because which wasn't our fault, but we did have some money come back last year, and we gave it to some of the people that were partially funded. We gave them extra.
Okay.
But the problem was there was somebody who was like, oh, we had a turnaround in leadership last year. We didn't hand in our stuff. And it's like, we kind of had to say, sorry.
Hmm.
Oh. Well, let's go with to keep on track. Let's go with the positives. With like I give them all the money, no problem.
I'd give them-
I will go. I am okay with I did Broken Leg. I'm okay with Discovery Museum.
Mhm.
I had a question about the discounted tickets to theater for Wakefield students and seniors. It seemed comparatively like we've given them a good amount in the past, but I don't know as much about like
Yeah, I'm sorry.
sure.
Is that Greater Boston Stage?
Yeah,
Yes.
Greater Boston
Yeah.
Stage.
Yeah,
I
and
wanted
it
to-
is, they're using that for elders and student.
Yeah, it seemed like it
tickets.
really was for our population, but I just
Yep.
I was for that.
Yeah, I like to say they're Stoneham, but they're close enough.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like Greater Boston Stage a lot.
Yeah, they
Um,
have really good productions.
Yep.
I I kind of hedged a little bit on all the PTOs, but just to kind of figure out how much to give them. So I kind of have them all in a let's discuss.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I-
put them like a waist high branch of
yeah,
the,
just because I think figuring them out was a little
Yeah.
bit confusing to me because in looking in the past, like it seems like they ask for more than we give. So I just had a question on all of them probably.
okay.
I what else was I for? 100%. So let's see if there's the helping hands. I thought that so let's see. Oh gosh, I wasn't really the Wakefield Porch Fest, I'm for. They seem to be asking for a very small amount of money to be doing
Yeah.
that. Joy Shilling, I was just for. That seemed easy. Ba, 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 ba. Wakefield Youth Council was just such a small amount for doing such a small thing. That seemed okay to me. And
And I like how it's youths and elders.
yep, it was youths and elders. So those were my okay, give them everything that they asked for. Everybody else I kind of gave partials to divide things up. And I based it all on what we've given them in the past.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Okay, thanks, Jess. That's awesome. Who wants to go next with their yeses?
I mean, I said yes to some of the same things Jess did, except I said yes to most of the PTO things.
I
as well.
said yes, but I didn't always give them
Right. I mean,
I gave them part of what they're asking for, and I based it on what we've given them and what we seem to have given them in the past. I figured I would learn. Like this is my first year doing this, so I figured as
Oh,
the
that's right,
discussion would
Jess.
come, that
Yeah.
if it's like, oh, we've got the money to give them all of this, then we can. But I just didn't know because it's I wanted to make sure every PTO got something,
Yeah.
and I didn't know how that would work out.
Okay.
and the Wakefield High is not a PTO one, and that one we
Correct.
cut back. They always apply for a good few $1,000s, and
Yep.
we've always cut it back.
Yeah, it
because
seemed
we
like a
usually run
lot
out of
that they were
money.
asking for.
It
Yeah.
is a lot.
We would love to give
Yeah.
them more, but we only have
Yeah.
so much.
It's such
Yeah.
an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Let's tighten it up a teeny bit and just shout out the one that you would be mad if we didn't fund it at all. Jess, go ahead. The one that you would be mad if we didn't fund it.
I want to fund Porch Fest because I want to see something like that happen, and I
Yeah.
want to see what they can do with that small amount of money and whether they get anything done with it, because it seems like it is all volunteer, but they may end up with some costs of police. They may end up with some like street closing costs, and I just want to give money to that to see something like that come to Wakefield.
Yeah.
I think it's something that I really want to see happen. It's very lean. Their first year of like who's gonna put it together.
Right.
It's a real lean cast.
Yeah. That's on my Porch
Skeleton
Fest would
crew,
be
yeah.
my definite yes too.
Just gonna put that like full amount in there, and we can change it if we need to.
Yeah, everything else I feel like everything else will get something. Like I want all the PTOs to get something, and I want the Linden Street Coffee House, Linden Tree Coffee House, I think.
Yeah, that was my definite yes. I love the idea of a place that does open mic nights and
yeah, the UU
creates
Church
just
is like,
yeah.
I know that they get it done. I just didn't know if we would have the money to give them as honestly everything else. I kind of chopped up. I chopped up our budget, and I gave it a little bit to everybody, but that's who I am.
But I think some of them, I think some will be more, I think that for some to get just a partial might mean that they won't go forward.
Yeah,
they
I
won't
guess
go
that's the
forward
thing
with the
is like, who
program.
do you think needs all of the money in order to get it done? That's what I'd be curious about.
See, I'd have to go back and read them all fine print,
Well,
you know.
So one thing
Um,
that I could suggest is that I could tell like people who have repeated, like people who are applying again from last year, I can tell you what we did.
mhm.
okay.
I can tell you that we always do the Arts Collaborative of Wakefield Artists Registry. I might as well just put that $155 in now.
Yeah, that's just
We always do Broken Leg. What did we give them last year? Or
Last
Open
year,
Door?
last year, do. Nope, wrong window. I have too many windows open. Please, I appreciate your patience. This one.
I think we gave them 500 last year.
I need to move this into another in its own window.
I went to our website.
Okay. Let's see. Dolbear School, we gave them $1,000 last year. Boston State, Greater Boston Stage Company, we gave them 67%. They asked for 1,500. They asked for 1,500. We gave them 1,000. Dolbear. Oh, actually, Dolbear, we gave them 70%. We gave them 700. Broken Leg, we gave them half. They wanted to do a Breakheart Fall Festival. We did something for Breakheart Fall Festival last year. We gave them half.
Mm-hmm.
Linden Tree Coffee House, we gave them 24%.
Mm-hmm.
Is Middlesex Concert Band on there this year? No.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we gave them half.
Okay.
Music Dance EDU, we funded both hip hop and autistic 100%. North Suburban Child and Family Resource Network. Is that one of them?
Oh yeah, I had music and dances
Yep.
as 100% too.
Hold on. Yeah, we gave them 100% last year for North Suburban Child and Family Resource Network.
Yeah, they seem to be.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, North Suburban Child and Family every year seems to have a puppet show from somebody.
Yeah.
They like puppet shows.
I like puppet shows too.
Yeah, I'm not against them.
Delvina asked for 625. We gave him the whole thing. It was a Lizzie Borden thing. Wakefield High Theater Arts, they asked for 2,500 last year. We gave them 1,500.
This year they're asking for 3,000.
I know. That's why I mentioned what they asked for. And then the Walton School PTO, that was the only real PTO on there last year. Yeah, they asked for $995 and we gave them 700.
Wasn't there some garbage thing that was that?
I think that was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And what did we do? I recognize the name, the Johnny the
There was a
K
garbage.
at
There
the
was a garbage
Woodville.
thing.
Didn't we do that last year?
Johnny-
We did that last
Johnny
year.
the K is somebody, but you did Johnny the K for somebody different. Johnny the K does a roving tour. I looked him up. He is he's like one of those things that exists in Massachusetts.
Johnny the K was at Dolbear.
Yep, and we
He
gave
was
him
at Dolbear last year. Oh,
I gave here's something I did.
We gave him 70% of 1,000.
I gave 70%. I just matched the same. So Johnny the K is doing the same thing at a different school. So I just was like, well, we gave him 70% for another one.
huh.
I because it was like trying to give all the PTOs like some money,
Right.
to be able to bring some of these people in. What I noticed was that in order to bring somebody in, they all seem to ask for about the same. Like Everyone Has a Story is Nora Dooley. She is like $1,100 about. Johnny the K is about $1,000 to bring. I think that they seem to charge these schools about the same to do these programs.
Yeah.
And I figure I guess worst comes to worst, I figure if we give PTOs about the same each year, that is like especially for the same type of program.
Mhm.
It was it's like it seems like a good start. And then if there's extra money to fund it more completely, then I'm not against that. I
So
mean,
I did
Johnny
find
the
the
K will
garbage
I'll
one.
probably, like, when my child is in middle school, I'll probably have to watch Johnny the K.
No,
I
actually,
did
that
find the
happens at
garbage one.
elementary. Get ready sooner.
Okay,
I
great.
did find the garbage one. They asked for 700. We gave them 700. I think we just decided to match Johnny the K so that everybody got 700.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think let's tighten this up a little because it's after 8 now.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
think what
really
we should do
tired.
now is everybody gives their absolute yes. Just quickly, everybody give
Yep.
their absolute yes, and then maybe we'll go through everything and see and try to come up with like a number. So
Mhm.
Jess, your absolute yes is Porch Fest. My absolute yes is Porch Fest. Marlene, what's your absolute yes?
Oh, I don't know if I have an absolute yes.
Okay.
So I mean, a lot of these are yes, they're strong yeses, but they're not
Okay.
absolute.
Okay. Guy, do you have an absolute yes?
Mine was Porch Fest as well.
Okay. Porch Fest is looking good tonight.
Yeah,
Lindsay, what's your
for
absolute yes?
$400, right?
750, I think.
750.
Yeah,
750.
I
Yeah.
like that one a lot.
Oh,
I had
750,
like
okay.
7 that I was gonna fund fully, and then a couple maybes. That was it.
So since Porch Fest is killing it, give us your another yes.
I was gonna say yes, but partial to wait. Well, let me do a full yes. Was Become Your Dreams: The History of Hip Hop Dance at an Elementary School.
Okay.
Greenwood?
1180.
It's at the Greenwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Oh, the
number
Greenwood,
7, I
yeah.
think.
Who has Diana, who's your what's your absolute yes?
Wakefield Youth Council.
Okay.
Which
All
one
right.
It's a good
was
one
it?
too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So let's go through the list now, and then we'll keep a total. It like let's do Dream World, you know, and then we'll start giving it a haircut.
That's a
So
little confusing, Laurie. So we're putting in, we're saying we're putting in the amounts they're asking for, and then we go after the fact and cut them back. This is going to take a lot of time.
Well, here's what I've got. These are I think Discovery Museum can get 300, can get full. Greater Boston Stage can get full. Musicdance.edu can get full for both of those. Lindsay and her puppet show can get full. Wakefield Porch Fest, Joyce Schilling can get full. And then those were all my fulls.
I agree with those.
Okay.
I had a bunch of maybes on those. Is it easier just like go straight down the list? Because I'm getting confused jumping
Yeah, we're jumping and it's getting
lines.
confusing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these that like I'm definitely I want them to be funded, but I know that we can't afford to fund them fully, which is
Right.
the reason, which is the reason why I think saying definite yeses is
I
is
Too hard.
an issue.
Diana,
that-
in the end, I came out with only $12,000 that I've given to people. I
Mhm.
I am very
I'm
far.
around there.
Yeah, I and that's awesome. I'm just not sure if we can
So-
do that as a group.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying the one. I'm saying I'm still being stingy.
A really quick question for the group. Are
Yes.
we opposed at all of giving yeses to groups that are coming back that we approved last year?
I think that's a great start, Guy. I think especially the small amounts of money. I think if we can like nail down a good list off of this list, I think if we can nail down the not big ticket items that we
Mhm.
know we want, then we can then go to another level.
But
But I think
Laurie, a lot of what got funded last year got funded. I mean, a lot of the PTOs, all these schools got funded last year.
let's keep
It's
the
just they were
PTO. Let's
partial.
not
Partially.
Yeah, let's not do the PTO yet. Let's just go like can we all agree that we're going to give the Discovery Museum $300?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so
I
that's
didn't know what the connection to Wakefield for that was. Isn't it in Acton?
it is in Acton.
Yeah,
It's
but
all over the place. They cast a wide net.
Did we fund it last year?
We
Yes.
did fully.
Yeah.
And I vote yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think people go, I think it's where kids go to, like it's where they go to like
Right.
field trips and crap.
Okay, so let me just go through the ones again that we funded last year. Last year we funded Broken Legs Productions. We funded them half. And it was the same amount last year.
We only gave them 500?
Correct.
I'd be willing to give them 500 this year.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yep.
we did that, if we said, okay, we gave them 500 last year,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah,
went
and keep in
group by
mind, we
group,
had the
it might be
same,
faster
we had
to
the
do it
same
that way.
budget last year.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So look at us. We got number 1 is out. Number 2, we're gonna give 500. Number 3, we're gonna give
300.
300.
Yep.
Number
We're
4,
a
Drake It
tenth
is
through
gone.
this list.
Drake
Drake
It
It
is
is
gone.
gone.
Drake
Yep.
It is gone.
Firebird.
Pops is new.
I think Firebird Pops asked for
2,000.
1,000.
They
yeah,
asked
I
for
think that's a
2.
lot.
How much?
It's a
It
lot.
said they applied for some Giving Tuesday drive, but it didn't say how that went. That would have affected their budget ask.
They
I
thought
don't know.
that
It
they
wasn't
could,
super interactive. Not that it's not a good program. It sounds like a really great concert program. I don't know. Maybe
I want to fund them, but I don't want to give them 2 grand.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
I
I
agree.
did it.
Okay.
I gave them 500, but
partial for me.
I'm willing
Oh
to.
crap!
No, I'm fine with giving them
My
500.
internet.
I'm fine with giving them 500.
Sorry, I lost you. Was that which one?
We can hear you, Lindsay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We're still
Firebird
on
Pops.
Firebird Pops. We're gonna
Okay.
give them 500, I think.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
Greater Boston Stage, last year they asked for 1,500. We gave them 1,000.
I'd give them 1,000.
I'd like to give them 1,000.
Yep.
Okay.
Agreed.
Right.
Okay.
Greenwood School, last year they asked for 700. We gave them 700, but we were matching Dolbear basically.
What if we
I-
gave them 700 this year for the hip hop one? What if we gave them, any of them that asked for 1,000 get 700?
I like the idea of giving schools the baseline of what they asked for last year, and if there's any additional funding, we
Yep.
can disperse it across the
Yeah.
schools. Could be.
Great idea.
Yeah, I did that except for Dolbear. So for Greenwood, I gave 700. For Dolbear, I did I divided it up into 250, 250, and 250 for their 3 programs.
but
But
they
based on the
asked-
same science.
They asked for 2,500 altogether, Jess, and we're only giving them 250 per. That's really low.
Well,
If
hold
you
on,
add
but
all 3
they asked-
together.
But I broke up the 700 that we gave other schools. So I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to pick and choose a program.
Okay. It
So
just
I don't
feels
know.
like it feels too low to me when you're asking
Okay.
for $2,500 and all you're getting is 750.
There's
Yeah.
always
Doing
the
it on-
opportunity that we can give them additional if we have
To
extra.
be fair,
Well-
Dolbear only had 1 program this last year, and this year they're asking for 3.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be good with doing 750 spread across their 3, and then maybe
Alright.
adding more if we have extra money.
Okay.
Me too.
I don't
I
like
think
it. I
we'll
think
end-
it's too little. But
Marlene, I think we'll end up with extra
I
money.
think we'll have
all right,
extra.
I
way
will.
I-
It's not worth fighting over.
The way I
but
did
think
it,
it's too
I
little,
ended up
that's
with
all I'll say.
extra.
You know?
Yeah, we're trending to having extra, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breakheart. Oh, so Francis
wait.
Marks-
Was the
Uh,
me decade 0?
What?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we zeroed out the me 1970 decade
Yep.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Helping
since
Hands
we-
Breakheart is 2,000. I gave them
Oh,
1,000.
we need to go back.
Yeah.
We need to go back.
Oh, who did we miss?
Did we determine Greenwood?
Oh, 700.
700.
700.
All right, Breakheart Fall Festival.
I don't know how I've never gone to this. Is there a lot of Wakefield vendors there? How many
Yeah,
Wakefield
it's
residents
Wakefield
go?
and it's Wakefield and Saugus. It's both.
I would
They'll
be
allow
willing to
like
give them
North
Saugus
half.
some money.
They got
1,000 is-
half last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave
Yeah,
him,
1,000's great.
Yep.
I gave him half.
All right.
Linden Tree. I'd like us to give Linden Tree the 1,000 or no less than 750
I
if we go
second
lower.
that.
What?
Is this making music memorable?
Yep.
Okay.
Linden Tree.
Yeah, they got a little stiffed last year.
Ooh.
They got a little what?
Stiffed. They
So
asked
are
for
we doing
15
1,000 or are we doing 750?
So I'm just letting you know they asked for 1,500 last year. They got $358.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it if they really even expanded what they did. I think
Agree.
it's a good thing for towns to have music coming. I wish that they would.
It's a show of good faith that they're only asking for about 7% of what their total budget project is too. Like
Right.
they have $14,000 projects. I mean, it's not really like
Let's put in
really dependent.
1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, sounded good. I thought they could do more outreach or something, but I liked the program.
I think they do a lot of outreach.
I follow them
Tree.
on Facebook.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say 750 would be fine on Linden Tree, but not, you know.
Sure. I mean, I'm fine with either. I got wiggle room on that one because I really like it.
You can revisit it.
My mom
Yeah.
will volunteer with them. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, she likes that
All
kind
right,
of
so 750 or 1,000. Surprise us, Diana.
I'm putting in 750 and we can always add
We
more
can always
later.
go back.
Okay.
All right. So number
Uh,
15, Middlesex Concert Band, they're asking for 1,000.
They got half last year.
I'd
Let's give them 500 this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did we say?
500 for Middlesex Concert Band.
Yep.
Yep.
16, Dancing with the
we-
Elders for 500. I say yes to that. All
I
the-
like the
Same
full.
thing with
we gave them in full
Autistic for
last year.
580.
Yeah. I say yes to both.
Yeah,
All right,
Lindsay
so
and
Monday
her
gets
puppets
amount
for
as last year.
410.
funded at both. The puppet show, I'd go 410 for the puppet show.
Yep.
I love the school stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Porch Fest 750.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold
Yeah.
on, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Joy
Type in-
Joy Schilling or 155.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Please.
Math,
Okay,
math,
all right.
math.
Yeah.
All right, I'm caught up. Thank you.
Delvina.
Oh yeah, Delvina, whatever. However
I
you
have
call it.
made, well, I had a yes, but sort of with
What does
question.
it mean that they haven't asked for a reimbursement yet, Diana?
It's slow.
Like this, so they haven't actually gotten the money that they applied for last year, or they haven't put in for it?
They have not, as far as I know, they have not put in for it, but I also haven't checked the email in a little bit, so, and they still have until January.
Okay.
I liked both of these. I wrote maybe.
Yeah,
But the
last year
Munch
they
and
only had
Meatballs,
one
maybe is it
program
too
on their
limited?
list,
Just
so
the
this is
lunch for
2.
seniors?
But they sounded like fun programs, actually.
Yeah,
Both of
like a
them.
murder mystery kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like fun.
I took what we gave them last year and broke it into 2, giving more to Manja Meatballs because it was going to cost more than Music Through the Years. I'm not against, like, I'm fine with however much we can give to them. I mean, I don't mind. It's dinner theater.
Let's put it in for 750 and 450 respectively, and we'll see how we do with the total.
Okay,
Okay.
fine with me.
1,025, number 25, 1,025 to the Woodville character thing. That's Johnny K.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Johnny the K. I gave them 700 based
That's
on
That's
what
fine.
last year.
I think
That's the
That's fine.
baseline.
Yeah, yep. For Wakefield High School Theater Arts,
Did we agree on 7?
I'm sorry?
For Johnny K.
yeah,
700.
I'd say Wakefield Theater Arts 1,000.
I did 1,000 on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say at least 1,000.
Yeah, if there's more, like I just don't. It seemed like it was just such a high number. I was kind of.
Right.
I know.
Last year was 1,500.
Yep.
They were only
Hmm.
asking for 2,500 last year. It's gone up.
Yeah.
It's a big ticket item, but it's expensive to run that thing.
Yeah.
Let's start with 1,000. I think we're almost at our
Okay.
Yeah, we're
almost at
getting
12.
we're at about 11,000 right now.
Yep.
Let me just put in my sum here. Equals sum.
All right, number 27, 480 for the elders and the youths to do the
Yep.
mural.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then finally, number 28, Walton, the story thing.
Yeah.
Give them 700 if we gave the other 700.
Okay.
Yep. I did 700 for
Mhm.
that.
All right, math.
So it comes out, I didn't put in a number for Wakefield High School Theater Arts yet. I'm at 11,475.
Yep. I put
Yep.
in 1,000. I'm at 12,475.
Same
Yep.
here.
Same.
The elephant in the room, we didn't allocate any yet to History Comes Alive, the reenactors.
We
Oh,
I'd like to give
we
them
never
nothing.
zero.
I
crossed that
really
out,
don't wanna do that
actually.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
we
think
did
we
cross
nixed
it
them.
out.
We
Okay,
crossed
we
it
nixed.
out.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
At least as far as I know.
So
I thought we
I'm
tabled them.
so then how much does that leave? It's 13.
So
much?
13 150 minus
13,
11
150.
475. Hold on, let me get my
Is
computer calculator.
$675 left.
All right. Who gets funded? This is a great problem to have. Who
As
gets
I said-
funded further?
As I
Yeah.
said, I did not put any money in for Wakefield High School Theater.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, but that's still I have
I still got it.
I have 12,470.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I would say if you want to bump Dolbear up, I'm fine with that. Because they just it would be more fair even in keeping with the 700 baseline because they're applying for 3 programs as opposed to
Yeah.
1.
I'd
Mhm.
bump them up a little.
Yeah. And they shouldn't get dinged or penalized for that. I mean, they're doing their due diligence to ask for
Right.
more.
I love Dalbear too. My
So
son
if
went there
we-
100 years ago.
If we divide that remaining 675 amongst them, they'll get an additional 225 each.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
So you're saying do each of the 3 Dull Bears 475 each?
225 each, so they would come. Yeah. So yeah. An additional 225 each. Adding.
Mhm.
I'd be down for that.
I'd be fine with that.
Fine.
Yeah. So each of them would be 475 each instead of 250.
That seems reasonable.
yeah,
Seems reasonable. I agree.
All right. Do you
Alright.
want to go over the list again, Diana, and just make sure that we've
Yeah.
got everything? See how quick it went at the end?
Yep, that's good, Laurie.
All right. King Zone. Bye. We decided no. Broken Leg requested 1,000. We're giving them 500. Discovery Museum requested 300. Giving them 300. Drake It is out. Firebird Pops requested 2,000. We're giving them 500. Greater Boston Stage requested 1,500. We're giving them 1,000. Greenwood School Become Your Dreams. They requested 1,180. We're giving them 700. The 3 Dole Bears are getting requested 695, 896, 900. They're getting 475 all for each of the 3. Francis Hart is out. The Breakheart Fall Festival requested 2,000. We're giving them 1,000. Linden Tree Coffee House requested 1,000. We're giving them 750. Scott Maloney is out. Middlesex Concert Band requested 1,000. We're giving them 500. Music Dance EDU, both programs, 500 and 580 are getting paid in full. North Suburban Child and Family Resource, 410. They're getting the full 410. Wakefield Porch Fest, full 750. Joy Schilling, full 155. Patrick Smith is out. Delvina Theater Company, they are both getting full. Usury is out. Woodville School PTO Johnny the K requested 1025. They're getting 700. Wakefield High School Theater Arts, they requested 3,000. They're getting 1,000. Wakefield Youth Council requested 480. They're getting 480. Walton PTO requested 1,160, getting 700. And the last 2 are out.
And what's the bottom line? How much
The
altogether?
bottom line is exactly 13,150.
And that still accounts, and we've still taken out the money for
300
our administrative to put on
Correct.
our
The
little party.
350 for our administrative is taken out because we had 13,500 to begin with.
Okay.
We took 350 out for administrative, and so we have 13,150 left.
And of the 30, who is getting a yes, at least partial yes?
I'm gonna have to count that. 1 moment, please. It might be easier to count the no's and subtract 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 22 yeses, 8 nos.
Okay. Who's happy?
I'm high.
Fine.
Did somebody say party?
We give a little reception to
That's
the
great.
grant winners.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
In May.
Yeah, in May. It's really nice and fun. And we have it on Albion Street at the Cultural
Yeah.
Exchange.
Center.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. I love to hear it.
Okay. All right. We did it, you guys. We did it.
So I think then isn't the next thing to assign people to do the letters?
No, I think the next thing is to do it in the MCC portal. We have to do the no's.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like we usually assign somebody to do the nos and somebody, and then we split up the yeses.
But
Yeah.
we do, but that's for doing the letters. That's not until sometime in January.
Right.
To do the actual letters.
Right, because we have to give the no's time to contest their
Right.
no.
Gotcha. I usually don't do that because I've got a spreadsheet.
I can do the no. I can do the 8 no's.
Okay.
In the system, in the MCC system.
Okay.
So I'll take that action item to go into the MCC portal and do the 8 no's.
The reason I say this is because we usually don't, if I remember correctly, we don't always have a meeting between then. So we try to assign early.
I would prefer to have a quick meeting at some point between now and when it's time to do the letters, and also talk a little bit about the letters for new members. I've only done the letters once, you know?
Let's
And-
have a
and-
meeting. Let me do I'll get onto the portal tomorrow at some point, probably tomorrow night, and do the 8 no's, because we've had our voting meeting.
Okay.
Right.
And then there is some grace period where we're not supposed to touch anything because there's that grace period where they're allowed to come back and
Right, that's
contest
15
it.
days.
And then after that period, which I don't know what the date is, let's have a meeting to discuss next steps with the with sending the letters out. So
Yeah,
that'll
that would be
probably be
good.
like in the second week of January, maybe, or the first week of January, towards the second week of January, getting the letters out.
I think, Laurie, I think we have until, I'm thinking the date January 18th sticks in my mind. I don't
Me
know.
too.
Maybe
That's funny. Me too.
we have to have the letters out by then.
Yeah.
We certainly could meet sometime around the 6th or the 7th.
Yes.
Because there's more of us, so if each of us had 4 or 5 letters or something, it's.
Yeah.
But I think we need to go over it because I've only done the letters once. 3 of our new members have never done them, you know.
Yep.
And 2 people aren't even here tonight, so.
Right.
I've only done acceptance letters once, like when I first started.
Okay,
So let's plan on, I'm going to be on vacation next week and the week of the 25th, and then I'm back to life on the 1st. So let's try to get a meeting. Who can do it like that first week of January? Does that sound good to everybody?
Let me just
yes,
look.
Should be fine for me.
fine for me.
I'm wondering, maybe if we should wait until after the deadline for last year's people passes.
Oh, to see if there's extra.
Mhm.
Money to distribute, yeah.
When is that deadline?
Double check.
Jess, is that a cat's paw up in the?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. Our cat is part, oh, what are those? They flop.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh, a ginger kitty.
But he
So
does this.
pretty. So
I don't-
pretty.
It's a kind of cat behavior where they just flop in your arms.
I know that's so unusual because cats usually are so like they don't like anybody touching their stomach or seeing their stomach.
Yeah, I can touch my cat's stomach, but she doesn't want me to hold her. If she's
Yeah.
lying somewhere, she'll roll over, but I cannot pick her up and do that. She would
Yeah.
not put up with that.
Yeah, our other cat is actually he's braver and he comes out more often. He's very toddler resistant, but he doesn't let me pick him up like this. But this one just does this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can talk on if we do the meeting the first week of January, we can see at that point where we're at with reimbursement requests
Yeah.
and if we
Yeah.
have any outstanding.
I'm on the MCC site and it's a little clunky. I'm trying to find grant decisions. Oh, January 17th was last year.
Well, I'm okay the first or second week of January to do a check-in meeting and just
Okay.
see, just to make sure we're all aligned and see if we need to do one more check-in at the very end
Yeah.
for allocations, but I think that's it. And in the interest of it being 8:30 now, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
I
fine
agree.
also, with the exception of January 8th, and I've already got 2 meetings that day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a Monday, right?
Yeah, I've got a meeting at 5, a board meeting 5 to 7, and then another meeting 8 to 9:30. That's a little
Wow.
nuts. I know.
Okay.
So other than that, I'm pretty open the beginning of January.
Okay. All right. So let's regroup. Jess, I think we can leave the minutes from tonight like really super simple and just say like,
Oh, my minutes barely have anything in them.
okay.
They're basically like
We voted.
discuss.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
voted. Yeah.
We
'cause
have a
it's-
recorded transcript.
There's a
now,
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a recorded
Right.
transcript.
Yeah, and
So-
I put notes for I put notes in at least for the I hate using the word rejections, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going to detail all that in the minutes because I think it's too much. And I also feel like it's a spoiler alert for before
Yeah, it is.
we're telling
It is.
anybody anything.
That's totally
Even this
fair.
meeting
That's a good point.
recording is a little bit like I
Well,
don't know
anybody
when they
who
should
wants
put
to
it.
can come and watch this, but they never do.
Well, what I'm wondering is should I not send this into the town to put these minutes, like, should they not put this up until after this has been
No, I think
officially done?
it's a moment in time.
Okay.
And it really happened. So we'll just go with, and if things change,
Yeah.
then things change.
Okay.
In subsequent possibility or whatever.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
think so when we meet on the first week or the second week of January, we can we'll yay nay these minutes and we'll move on.
Okay.
Yep.
And
All right, that sounds good. But yeah,
yeah.
I kept them fairly just of a record. That said, yeah, so if anybody wants to make a motion to adjourn,
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
I approve.
Guy and Lindsay, did you have fun?
Yep.
This was great. What a great first meeting to be a part of.
Thank you.
Granting funds.
Yeah,
Making it rain.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good
Thanks,
stuff.
everyone.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Yeah,
Bye.
it's
Take
a
care.
pleasure having you both.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank
Happy
you.
to be here.
Thanks.